Ho ho ho! Hey, what's up everyone, and Merry Christmas. I'm Jay Dreamers, and today we're going to do a little Christmas special. I'm doing a series called Plasma Apocalypse 101, and that's where I just kind of break down the simplicity behind how it all works, step by step. So first we did cycles, then we did flux. The cycles talks about how it's a cyclical, reoccurring cataclysm that happens to our worlds. It's electromagnetic in nature. Then we talked about flux, where there are two plasma apocalypses. There's one by water and one by fire. So I thought today we'd talk about worldwide depressurization. Our world is pressurized. So every once in a while, after that pressure builds up for hundreds and hundreds of years, it has to be released. And when that pressure is released, it creates a tempest or a worldwide storm. There's also a neutral point electromagnetically, which disables what we call, or what's been known as gravity, our gravitational field or whatnot, and that goes away for a bit. So everything gets sucked up into the sky and floats. Merry Christmas! What's up, everybody? I got the chat pulled up. Looks like Tiffany Vinci's in the chat. Merry Christmas to you. Oscar D, Merry Christmas. Today is Christmas if you're watching in the future. Lucky Truth. Hey, I like your little North Pole map. That's cool. Merry Christmas to you as well. Season's greetings. Blue Beam. So, today's just going to be kind of like informal. I'm also going to be in the chat a lot. Or I plan to, more than often. So, if you have a question about any of this type of stuff, not that I have all of the answers, but if you have a question, feel free to type it in the chat. I'll try to get to it. Happy Christmas to Zoe Williams. Zoe says, me and my family need some good vibes today. Love, light, and peace to all. Well, love, light, and peace right back to you. The more you send out, the more you get back. Merry Christmas to Mark Oulette. And, all right, sweet. So let's jump right into things. I just want to cover the basics of it real quick. This is typically known in today's society, especially in the religious world, as the rapture. Okay, I should say the Christian world. Now, not everybody believes in all this, okay? Not everyone who's a Christian believes in the Christian rapture or whatnot, but I do, believe it or not. I believe in everything. I believe it also says to do that in the Bible. It says, love believes all things. So I do believe everything has truth and truth to it. How was my Christmas? My Christmas was good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ravens in the chat says, J Dreamers, I got a blue octopus face mask today. Ooh, how cool. And Dorian Gray. Dorian knows what's up. He's been around for a while. Have you ever heard that the churches, etc., used to be power stations? Yes, I've talked about that quite a few times, actually. All right, Merry Christmas to everyone. All right, so check this out. Let's do a little screen sharing, and let's talk. Well, actually, let's not. Before I get into that, let's talk about what happens. Okay, so like I said, from time to time, our world needs to depressurize. It has to. We have pressure systems in our world. You hear about them all of the time when you turn on your local news and you get the weather every 10 seconds. And they talk about the pressure system that's building here or there or whatnot. It's a system because of the pressure. We have weather because of the pressure in our world. That weather increases as the pressure increases. So, is it any surprise that many of the signs and the omens and the prophecies and the prophets of old all talked about how the weather would increase as we get closer to that last day, the last day before the reset? Now, it's not the end of the world completely, it's just the end of the world and life as we know it today. It's the end of the modern world. Goodbye, modern world. See you next time. Catch you on the flip side. Hey, Rage Against the Machine, cool name, says, J Dreamers, I'm subscribed. Right on. Well, it's nice to meet you. And, yeah. So that pressure builds up in our world. Now, how is the pressure released? What's the mechanics behind it? It's pretty simple. The thing that's keeping our world pressurized is twofold. That would be four, but yes, twofold. One of the things, the main thing, the invisible thing, because the invisible things come first, do they not? The invisible thing is the electromagnetic or the magnetic shielding that surrounds our world. There's a magnetosphere, as it's referred to in modern academics. That magnetosphere keeps in all of those elements that are repelled by a magnetic force, including much of the elements that are up there in our sky, in our upper atmosphere. Our atmosphere that we breathe, called air, is homogeneous. It means that it's mixed up. All these different elements, nitrogen, oxygen, and the other components, they're all mixed up and we breathe them all in, right? But as you go higher and higher up, they layer themselves out and they separate. And those layers are all pushing and pushing and pushing against that electromagnetic barrier that surrounds our world. Now, when that electromagnetic barrier that's holding all that pressure in goes away, all that pressure goes up towards the apex of the world and bursts as the sky explodes. The sky will explode. The sky will fall. The sky will crack. The dome of the world, the bell of the world will ring and ring loudly. And that will be a harbinger of what is on the way, what is to come. These are the trumpets. If you're a religious person, it doesn't have to be Christian. Many other religions talk about the trumpets blowing to announce the coming of the Savior or the Messiah or the King or however other ways people talk about it. Rage Against the Machine says, I nailed the Mandela effect. Oh, right on. Sweet, thanks. Blue Beamy says, J Dreamers, it just came to me, 101 could represent the two ones being the opposite poles and the 0 in the center being the blue beam, Mount Meru. Could be. Could be. All right, so let's talk about this worldwide depressurization. When we hit the neutral point, it's an electromagnetic, energetic neutral point. What does that mean for us? No energy. The world has zero energy, so there's an electromagnetic pulse worldwide that goes out, disabling all of our electronics and our electronic grid, essentially. You have to excuse me because I'm still a bit under the weather if I sound weird, or if I'm sniffling or whatnot. Raven says, is Santa a Fantazoid? Santa does not exist. Sorry. But there are Fantazoids, and there are godlike alien beings, however you want to see them, okay, that do exist. And some people might name them Santa or whatnot, and they ride down the chimney of the world, right, through the hole, through the opening in the sky, around Christmas time, sometimes. And they come down into this world, and they leave gifts for those who are good, and coal, or petrification to those who are not, essentially. I'm simplifying it, so hopefully you guys have watched my other works and stuff like that, so that you don't take things out of context. Oscar D says, J Dreamers, maybe a pressure valve at Polaris that auto burps every once in a long while. Possibly, could be. God's Child says, Santa brings mushrooms. Oh, right on. How kind. Eric 6180 says, Merry Christmas, J Dreamers, and everyone else. Well, Merry Christmas to all of you as well. Now, here's the key components here. Okay, the depressurization. Instantly, the whole world is going to feel the effects of worldwide rapid depressurization. Okay, the air itself will instantly expand, creating instant fog, mist, or if you're in colder areas, snow. Now, because it's a neutral point energetically, that means what we call gravity, or affectionately know as gravity, however you like to call it, okay, goes away, disappears for a short time. So that mixed with the depressurization, the atmosphere of our world starts to circle. It creates a tempest. It creates a world storm, a vortex of wind, great winds that rip through every single place in the world. Anything that's not sturdy enough will be destroyed and pulled up into the air by these winds. Gato Negro, hey, Merry Christmas, thank you. I still have all the old Matrix stuff up there, so hopefully that's cool. Yes, thank you, I appreciate it. So, another thing is that we feel the effects of rapid worldwide depressurization in that many people will instantly get nosebleeds. People may bleed from their tear ducts, from their eyes, and even from their ears. Now, this will affect all of you in various ways, depending on your location, your physiology, how healthy you are, things of that nature, how quickly you can equalize the pressure that's in your head with the pressure that's rapidly changing outside in the atmosphere around you. Osh Rivers is in the chat. Excuse me. Says J Dreamers, do you think that the 5G, blah, 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 I'm not talking about 5G right now. Bestoic Primer says J Dreamers, saying, as the saying goes, Apollo spits in Cassandra's mouth. What? Giving the gift of forward sight, and as Mesoamericans call gold, the fluid of gods, and the gods spit beams of light, they leave gifts. Okay, no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds interesting. The background is very annoying on TV. Well, Dennis, watch it on something else. I'm not changing my entire channel just for one person. Sorry. All right, well, that's enough of the chat for now. Let's go ahead and do some studies, shall we? Let's get the window capture pulled up here. Boom. All right, let's talk about the rapture, first of all. Okay, this is a Christian teaching that wasn't too popular until maybe 100 or 2 years ago, where some people were studying and they thought that they had interpreted certain verses in the Bible as meaning that the believers will be pulled up into the air and they will meet God in the air. They will fly right up into the air. Hey, welcome, Russell. So let's check out some of these Bible verses. Now, I love the Bible, just so you know, just because I don't adhere to all of the regurgitation from the from the church teachers or whatnot does not mean I don't love the Bible. I love the Quran. I love the Bible. I love the Bhagavad Gita. I love the Zen teachings. I love all of it. All of it I find to have truth. Yeah, well, I'll be back in the chat, so take a breath, calm down. All right, so let's look at some of these rapture quotes from the Bible. This one right here says, then we who are alive, who are left, will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. Whoosh, up in the air. And so we will always be with the Lord. So let's talk about what this word rapture actually means, because right here the translation says caught up. And I know a lot of Christians like to use certain terminology because it's more favorable. Caught up together in the clouds. Well, let's take a look here at the word rapture and the etymology of such word. Rapture is derived from the Middle French rapture via the medieval Latin raptura. Hold up, let's make this a little easier to read. Here we go. Raptura, which means seizure or kidnapping. Now, time out. I have fun with my mom because she's a Christian, and we talk about these things from time to time. And I'm like, all right, Mom, let me reword what you just told me. So when Jesus comes back and kidnaps all of you, she's like, wait a minute, Jesus doesn't kidnap anyone. I'm like, well, you're talking about how you want to be raptured, right? How you're going to get raptured. She's like, it's not kidnapping, blah, 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 blah. Well, Mom, and everybody else, the word rapture literally means to be taken away or kidnapped. It says right here, boom, kidnapped, which means carried off. So, like, you don't expect it, and something grabs you and takes you away. That's kidnapping in my book. But that's just a fun way that I like to do it, just so that people can try to think outside of the box a bit more. Hey, where did this come from? Why did that just pop up? I don't want that. So, anyhow, the Lord, all of this is just symbolism. It doesn't matter if it's Christian imagery or some other religion or some other belief system or pagan or whatnot. It's also Kronos, eating his children, right? So the people of old that worshipped Kronos, or those who still do, because there are people that still worship Kronos, I would tell them, so when Kronos sucks you up into the air and eats you, like the last piece of spaghetti, right? That's how I would talk to them. I talk to them all the same exact way. Not disrespectfully, but just from another point of view, right? All right, so that is the rapture. There are many various arguments within Christianity, within the sect of Christianity or sections of Christianity that actually do believe in the whole rapture. As to how it happens, actually, it's more like when it happens and whatnot. What do we have here? Oh, okay. Christian observances of Jewish holidays. Oh, yes, we were going to go to Yom Teruah, which is the Feast of Trumpets. This is actually pretty key. Now, I've studied, when I was in Messianic Judaism, I studied quite a lot of the festivities or the commanded holidays and holy days. Pesach, Matzah, first fruits, weeks, trumpets, atonement, tabernacles, and of course the Sabbath. The Feast of Trumpets. This one's very interesting to me. Rosh Hashanah. Rosh means head or the top. Okay. Ha just means the. So top of the. And then Shana. Now they've interpreted Shana as meaning the year. So top of the year, the beginning of the year, the first day of the year. Believe it or not, it's not in winter. Believe it or not, in Judaism, actually they have 4 different New Years. Isn't that something? 4 different New Years. There's 4 different times when the year is supposed to start over that's celebrated for various reasons. Now, I'm going to explain that to you from my own perspective, which is that this event, this apocalypse that happens, changes our times. It changes our seasons. We might go from summer, and then a week later, it's no longer summertime, it's now the beginning of winter. Or vice versa. This could happen during the summertime. It could happen during the winter time, in which case the inverse of all of our other holidays, they would all flip around. So that's kind of why the holidays reciprocate one another on odd times of the year. So for example, we've got like Easter, right? That Easter and Halloween are basically opposites of one another, and they're the exact same holiday in my book. Hey, what's up, everyone? So let's talk about this Feast of Trumpets. Rosh Hashanah is celebrated by a number of Christian denominations and unincorporated house church groups, blah, 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 all sorts of them. They list them there. Yom Teruah, and in Christianity it's known as the Feast of Trumpets. Christian believers connect hearing the sound of the trumpet or the shofar. According to the first epistle to the Thessalonians and the book of Revelation, with the events that occur at the resurrection of the dead. And here's a quote: "For the Lord himself will descend from heaven with a loud cry of summons, with the shout of an archangel, and with the blast of the trumpet of God, and those who have departed in this life in Christ will rise first." So let's talk about this shout, this loud shout. Jesus comes back. Ah! No, that's not what's happening, okay? What it is it's the sound of the world. It's the sound of the sky and our atmosphere exploding upwards into what we call space. That's what it is. It's the sound of the dome of the world reverberating and vibrating as our world sets off like a bell. Okay. And because it's so gigantic and because it's on the macrocosmic level, it sounds to us like trumpets, like the T-Rex probably in the dinosaur movies. Hey, what's up, Jay? Welcome to my channel. So yes, I believe that's the trumpet blast. It comes from the sky itself. And people are already starting to hear things that kind of sound like trumpets going off in various parts of the world. And those are unexplained sky sounds. You've probably seen those videos where people have little homemade, they take out their phones and are like, what is that? Where's it coming from? And they're pointing up at the sky and there's nothing up there, right? Well, I believe that is our dome cracking. It's starting to break, starting to loosen up there. And it's acoustic, so it makes sounds. All right, what else do we got here? Okay, so yeah, there's supposed to be a huge one. There's supposed to be little ones on the Day of Trumpets, or the Feast of Trumpets. Basically, a shofar, a ram's horn, is it's blown 100 times. On the 100th time, it's an extra long, extra strong, extra powerful trumpet blast. And that is a small scale, symbolic example of what happens on a large scale with our world, okay? And in our world, we should hear warnings. We should hear these strange sky sounds that could be interpreted as like the angels, blowing little blasts or whatever from time to time, warning people, letting us know, hey. Now, you have to imagine, this is all told in story form. Okay, there's science behind it, there's mechanics behind it, but the story form's easier to remember for most of us, so we remember the stories. All right, what else do we got here? Talked about the Feast of Trumpets. In Islam, this is also in Islam as well. Let's see. There's many end times signs and omens in Islam, just as much as there is in Christianity. And there's one with a trumpet. It says, a first trumpet will sound and all remaining humanity will die, followed by a period of 40 years, at the end of which smoke will envelop the world for 40 days. Now, they call it smoke. I call it mist or fog. You can call it whatever you'd like. The point is, because of rapid worldwide depressurization and the instant expansion of our atmosphere, everything, the air that is around us, all of this air is going to be pulled apart, and that creates fog instantly, everywhere, all over the place. And that's why we associate fog with like kind of creepy things, and there's a lot of fog in like scary movies and stuff like that. That's why we have it. All right, what else we got? Oh, the wind, the whirlwind. All right, so if you try to look up like people getting sucked up into the sky, you're not going to get a whole lot of information. The best information I find comes from like the story of Kronos, like I talked about. Kronos is the god above, the god of the sky, the god of the heavens or whatnot, with the one eye, all of that stuff. The horned god. The reason he's the horned god is because one horn of plasma is seen going up, the other one is seen going down. That's why you always see that symbolism of some sort of evil creature that has a horn going up and a horn going down like that. That would be Kronos. Kronos eats his children, which are those of us who live on the face of the world, right? People get sucked right up into the sky, into the mouth of the god above, and Kronos spits a bunch of them back out. Why? Because this doesn't last forever. It just lasts for a very short time. So not everything makes it out of our sky. Not everything is sucked completely out into space or the heavens, the Elysian fields, whatever you'd like to call it, whatever's out there. Some things fall back down, or I should say some things float back down. I believe many of these things float. And Kronos is known for spewing back down, like regurgitating rocks, essentially, the story goes. And that's because of the high electromagnetics, or the electricity that's up there in those plasma strands, especially in the bigger plasma trunks. They petrify things way up there in the sky. And you have to keep in mind, there's a lot of debris that will be kicked up into the air. It's going to create a worldwide storm. Winds, I believe, that come from the east and go to the west, right? That's why usually you hear about the winds in the east. Remember Mary Poppins? And how's it go? He says, winds in the east, mist coming in. Like something is brewing, about to begin. Can't put me finger on what lies in store. But I feel what's to happen. All happened before. So let's talk about the wind, the whirlwind especially. This is like a coffee drink. It's very chunky. So excuse me if I'm making chewing sounds. All right, in Isaiah 29, chapter 9, 29, verse 6, it says, "From the Lord of hosts you will be punished with thunder and earthquake and loud noises, with whirlwind and tempest, and the flame of a consuming fire." Now, we're not talking about a tornado. We're not talking about a hurricane. We're talking about a worldwide hurricane, a worldwide storm known as a tempest, a world storm. This is the storm of all storms. Now, it always saddens me when I'm doing my research and I hear people talking about like trying to explain away all of these apocalyptic events, saying, no, they were just local. And the people back then were so stupid that they just thought that anything that happened locally was happening to the whole rest of the world. I disagree. Sorry. I'm just super going to disagree on that one. There's many different ones where, in the Bible at least, they talk about how God creates these strong winds and uses these strong winds. Literally, there was a worldwide wind or tempest that God used to help to get rid of the flooding, right? It says that there was a wind cast across the face of the whole earth. All right. I'm not going to read all of these, though. You can do that yourself. Hey, let's check out my website. So I want to read something to you. This is really super interesting. So if you go to my website, I'm going to share quite a bit of it since it's Christmas. Why not, right? So this is the section in the Plasma Apocalypse. You just go here, boom. Go to this one right here called Lights Out. Well, yeah, let's go to Lights Out first because I want to read this particular portion of it. Scroll all the way down, and we're going to read this. This is really super interesting to me. So this is from Mormonism, right? Like I said, I love all of the religions. I respect them, meaning I look at them again. That's what respect means, to reconsider them. Hey, Mac Attack, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you, too. Now, check this out. This is from 3rd Nephi, chapter 8, verses 5 through 23. This perfectly describes an eyewitness account of the plasma apocalypse. And it came to pass... Can I make this bigger so you guys can read along? Let's find out. I can do anything. Oh, it's too big. Here we go. Boom. There we go. And it came to pass in the 30 and 4th year, in the first month, on the 4th day of the month, there arose a great storm. Booyah. A great storm. Not a storm. Not a local storm. Not a really big local storm. A great storm. The storm. The storm of storms. If this was a movie, it would be the 50-year storm that hits Bell's Beach. Bell, meaning the bell of our world. And then, just to give emphasis on that this is not a local event, there arose a great storm, such a one as never had been known in all of the land. All of it, okay? The greatest storm ever. And there was also a great and terrible tempest. And there was a terrible thunder. That would be the trumpets. That would be the shout of the Lord, the thunder, the terrible thunder. Insomuch that it did shake the whole earth as if it was about to divide asunder. So this sound is so loud that it literally vibrates everything. Okay? That's how huge this is going to be. And there were exceedingly sharp lightnings, such as had never been known in all the land. You see how they're just not allowing the reader to just assume that they're just saying, oh, it's just really strong regular lightning. No, it's not. Such as had never been known in all of the land. That would be the plasma that's shooting down from the sky. It's a huge electrical storm, okay? Not just wind, electricity all over the place. And because the whole world's going to go dark, as we've already discussed, that's all you'll see. You'll only be able to see under certain conditions. Like, for example, I have glow sticks. Hundreds of them. Yay! I highly recommend glow sticks. I should sell glow sticks. Anyway, but yes, you'll see things only by all of the various flashes that are everywhere, all over the place, because of the electricity in the air. All right, let's continue on. And the city of Zarahemla did take fire. So this is a firestorm as well. The plasma that will be whirling around with the winds and whatnot catches things on fire. It's a firestorm. It's a fire hurricane, as mentioned in Islam, believe it or not. And the city of Moroni did sink into the depths of the sea, and the inhabitants thereof were drowned. And the earth was carried up upon the city of Moroniha, that in the place of the city there became a great mountain. Ooh, great mountain sounds like Choi. Remember we learned about Choi? And there was a great and terrible destruction in the land southward. But behold, there was a more great and terrible destruction in the land northward. For behold, the whole face of the land was changed, because of the tempest and the whirlwinds, and the thunderings and the lightnings, and the exceedingly great quaking of the whole earth. So wait a minute, let's take a look at this. It says the whole face of the land. Our land is terraformed by these winds. They're that strong. I live in Colorado Springs. We just had a ridiculous windstorm blow through, a random anomalous windstorm that destroyed a lot of stuff. If you're thinking I'm just going to hold on to a tree during the plasma apocalypse and not get sucked up, better pick the right tree. I'm going to tell you that right now. You better pick the right one, because a lot of these trees that don't have deep roots, even if they're gigantic, they're easily blown over. There's trees all over this city that have been blown down. Let's see. And the highways were broken up. Our highways will also be broken up. Jesus talks about this when his disciples asked him about the end of the world, and he looks over at the temple made of huge stones, right? You think that this is just going to last forever. That's how huge these stones are of this temple. And he says, I promise not one of these stones will be left upon another. And they're like, really? Tell us more. And the level roads were spoiled, and many smooth places became rough. And many great and notable cities were sunk, and many were burned, and many were shaken, till the buildings thereof had fallen to the earth, and the inhabitants thereof were slain, and the places were left desolate. That means empty. And there were some cities which remained, but the damage thereof was exceedingly great. Well, wait a minute. This is good news. That's good news, okay? There were some cities which remained. Whew, buddy. Thank you. Thank you for a little bit of hope. I appreciate it. But the damage thereof was exceedingly great. Okay, hey, I'll take that. You know, some odds are better than no odds. And there was many in them who were slain. Now, let's get into the good stuff. And there were some who were carried away in the whirlwind. And whither they went, no man knoweth, save that they were carried away. So, let me say this in layman's terms. Some people got sucked up into the sky and no one knows where they went. They just know they got sucked up into the sky. Okay, that's literally what that says. Some people get sucked up into the sky. Nobody knows where they went. Round and round she blows. Where it stops, nobody knows. This is what happens. No gravity. Some people will be able to hold on to something and not get sucked away, because they picked the right thing to hold on to. Some people might be tied to something. Some people will be indoors within a structure that is strong enough to withstand the winds and the earthquakes and things like that. Some will be taken by the winds. Some will not. And thus, the face of the whole earth became deformed. This is not talking about a local area. This is not talking about, oh, here's a historical record of something that happened in North America a few centuries ago. No, I don't think so. This is the whole earth. The face of the whole earth became deformed because of the tempests and the thunderings and the lightnings and the quaking of the earth. And behold, the rocks were rent in twain. Rent in twain means cut in half. They were broken upon the face of the whole earth, insomuch that they were found in broken fragments and in seams and in cracks upon the whole face of the land. Now, wait a minute. What does this mean? This means that this event is responsible for scattering all of these random boulders that you see whenever you go driving or whenever you go on your trips into different places, and you are in a place where there should be no boulders around whatsoever. And you're like, I wonder how that boulder got way out here. Academics will try to make you think that the pagans are responsible, that they just went on all these journeys worldwide and just picked up huge heavy rocks just to move them hundreds of miles away from where they should be. No, it's not where they came from. Oh, something's stuck in my straw. And it came to pass that when the thunderings and the lightnings and the storm, Hinkershill, hey, welcome to my channel, and the tempest and the quakings of the earth did cease, for behold, they did last for the space of about 3 hours. Ooh, hey, more good news. This is not going to last forever. Please remember that. Remember that. It will bring you comfort when this is happening, okay? Just say to yourself, this is the beginning. It will have a middle. It will have an end. It's not going to last for that long, okay? Now, the actual apocalyptic time frame, I believe, is going to be about a week, maybe 10 days, somewhere in there, where everything will happen. But as for the actual depressurization and zero gravitational force or floating, probably last between 30 minutes and 3 hours. That's my guess. Could be wrong, though. All right, let's see here. Where was I? Nevertheless, all these great and terrible things were done in the space of about 3 hours, and then, behold, there was darkness upon the face of the land. Why can't I highlight that? That's odd. There was darkness upon the face of the land, and it came to pass that there was thick darkness upon all the face of the land. It was so thick that the inhabitants thereof, who had not fallen, could feel the vapor of darkness. There will be vapor because it will be misty and cloudy and foggy and smoky, whatever you want to call it. There will be actual smoke too, because things will be on fire, remember. And there could be no light because of the darkness, neither candles, neither torches, neither could there be fire kindled with their fine and exceedingly dry wood, so that there could not be any light at all. And there was not any light seen, neither fire nor glimmer, neither the sun nor the moon nor the stars, for so great was the mists of darkness, which were upon the face of the land. And it came to pass that it did last for the space of 3 days, and there was no light seen. So, 3 days of darkness, right? According to this account in Mormonism, we've got 3 hours of the tempest, the people getting sucked up into the air, etc. It's essentially zero gravity. Then we've got 3 days of darkness, no light. I believe there's a worldwide EMP that comes along with this. So electronics, out the door. Can't turn on your flashlight on your cell phone or anything like that. And it came to pass that it did last for the space of 3 days, and there was no light seen, and there was a great mourning and howling and weeping among all the people continually. Yes, great were the groanings of the people because of the darkness and the great destruction which had come upon them. Isn't that interesting? Let's check out some more of my website here. I want to show off a bit. Let's see. Oh, this one's interesting too. All right, so I can't remember where I put it, but there's some Native American prophecies. There's one that talks about how there was no light for a while, and when the natives came out, they couldn't find their local lakes and rivers and stuff. The waters had changed places, which is super interesting because the water is pulled up by the winds, right? The waters get sucked right up into the sky. So the oceans are going bye-bye. So go visit the beach while you can, go surfing, have all that kind of fun, because there will not be oceans after this happens. You'll have to wait to the next apocalypse for that one. Here's another Native American legend. It says, the sun comes out every day, but one day the sun is not. Indian does not know why. There is lots of smoke in the mountain. The earth trembles much. The wind blows. the waters boiled. Maybe 2-3 days later, the sun comes out. Indian does not eat, not sleeping, just cries and cries, very scared. Well, they don't sleep and they don't eat because they probably don't need to. That's my take on that. We're so full of energy. Oh, hey, Kim. Kim says, Daydreamers, I'm in Oz and finally get to see you live. It's going to be a sweet day. Your brain is amazing. Well, thank you. Tell everyone else in Oz I said hello. I love Oz. I watched this really cool show called Lost in Oz with my son. Man, it's good. It's a cartoon, but it's really good. Here's another one. The Indians relate another thing much more notable or noteworthy than all the things else that they say, for they declare they were a long time without seeing the sun, and that suffering much evil from its absence. Great prayers and vows were offered up to their gods, imploring for the light that they needed. Things being in this state, the sun shining very brightly came forth, at which everyone rejoiced. Presently afterwards, they say that there came a white man of great stature. That means a giant. Who, by his aspect and presence, called forth great veneration and obedience. So this is talking about the Fantazoids. I also want to read, since I might as well just check some more of this stuff out. Let's read the prophecy of the Blessed Anna Maria Tiagi, who lived from 1769 to 1837. This is in Catholicism. So, check this out. It blows my mind. So much. I love all the esoteric stuff within religion, because religion itself will shun any kind of weird stuff, right? Like, oh, that's weird. No, we shun that. However, they will venerate their prophets and priestesses and stuff who say weird things, right? So here's one of those weird things. So this woman, before she died, gave this prophecy. There shall come over the whole earth an intense darkness, lasting 3 days and 3 nights. Nothing can be seen, and the air will be laden with pestilence, which will claim mainly, but not only, the enemies of religion. I like how she says not only, right? A lot of people just basically, it seems to me that a lot of people in history, whenever something good happens, they just attribute it to that person being good. And if something bad happens, they basically say, well, you must have deserved it. I don't buy that. That's not my thought process, but whatever. But sometimes it is, actually. Sometimes that's the case, because energy is a real thing, right? And like attracts like. All right, so she goes on. Nothing can be seen. It will be impossible to use any man-made lighting during this darkness except the blessed candles. The blessed candles are made out of beeswax. They burn the longest, just so you know. He who out of curiosity opens his window to look out or leaves his home will fall dead on the spot. During these 3 days, people should remain in their homes. Edward, $100. Really? Thank you. Wow. Merry Christmas, everyone, and much thanks to Daydreamers for helping us wake up. Question, as I'm listening to your description of the apocalypse, the movie 2012 comes to mind. Do you think the movie is an accurate depiction of what is to come? Partially, yes. I think all of these movies are partial accurate. Basically, if you want to expect what's on the way, you take elements of every single apocalyptic movie you have ever seen, ever, and every single horror movie you've ever seen, ever, and squish them all together. That is the plasma apocalypse. So, yes. Bradley, also a 20-pound donation. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas to you too. All right, let's check out the rest of this. I appreciate both of you guys. Thank you so much. I really needed it too, plus. So, thank you. During these 3 days, people should remain in their homes, pray the rosary, and beg God for mercy. So, time out. Wait a minute. This is something that I've come across every time. People are like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? How should I prepare? How do I survive? There's no guarantee. However, there's a lot of really good ideas, okay? One of those good ideas, stay in your house. Not everybody has a cave system they can run out and go to. Not everyone has a deep underground military bunker, or, you know what I mean? Not even those things will save people. Although, Some people may be saved by them, right? Every person I have ever read about throughout history has said, stay in your house, stay inside. You don't want to be out in the elements when all of this stuff is happening outside. Stay inside, stay indoors. She goes on to say, all of the enemies of the church, whether known or unknown, will perish over the whole earth during that universal darkness, with the exception of a few whom God will soon convert. The air shall be infected by demons who will appear under all sorts of hideous forms. Fantazoids and plasma, electromagnetic phenomena, ball lightning, things of that nature, right? Attack of the killer tomatoes or attack of the ball lightning could be symbolic. Yes. Barn Guy says, just stand strong. I totally agree. Do all you can do. That's because that's all you can do. Stand strong. Be strong, right? Live a life that you are proud of and be ready to die every day. That's my advice. Let's see. Sue asks a good question. She says, who wants to survive in this evil, terrible world? I want to go to my father's house as soon as possible. Well, I don't know who your father is, Sue. If you're talking about God, then we have a discussion to have about where God lives and what houses God. Because I would say everywhere is God's house. Every place is God's house, but that's just me. But I do hear people say stuff like that all the time. They want to die and go to heaven. Well, I get that. I empathize. I do. It makes me want to cry. It makes me sad because I felt that way before myself. However, all of your religions have commanded you to stand fast, to be sturdy, to be strong, to be steadfast. They also recommend you don't go to sleep or sleep. They say don't sleep, stay awake, stay woke. It literally says that all over the place in the Bible. You don't want to get caught sleeping when all this happens. Don't fall asleep, or the fingers of God will come to take you away. Freddy Krueger, that's the Freddy symbolism. All right, so yeah, that's my website. I plan on adding a lot more to it. Let's check out some of this other stuff. I do have some copyrighted music on here, so I'm not exactly sure what I could share. Let's see this one. Let's look at the warning. Do you hear that? Can you guys hear that? Ah, you can't. Ah, bummer. Well, I'm going to skip my website, I guess. There's a lot of like audio clues. So if you would like to hear like what it sounds like, what these trumpets of God sound like, they sound kind of like the dinosaur does, specifically the T-Rex in the Jurassic Park movies. They also sound like this, like frozen water that is cracking all over the place. It makes these sort of Star Wars pew pew, but on a way higher scale. So you have to magnify and amplify the things, these small scale examples of what you're hearing. I've got on here the sounds of glaciers, the sound that glaciers make on the inside when they are shifting and moving about. Sounds exactly to me like these strange sky sounds. Singing lakes. This is one of my videos I did about it. This is a video of strange sky sounds that was caught on public TV during a baseball game so much and so loud that the announcers were like, what is that creepy sound, man? Where's that coming from? It's really interesting. I've got a few different examples of this sky noise. I've given them nicknames based on their locations. We've got the Ukraine train, the Oklahoma jug, the Japanese dragon breath, and the Indonesian trumpet. I would play these, but I don't know. Let me see. Is this? No. Let me see if no. Let me see if I can get it to work. Let's see. Audio. How do I capture that? Let's see if we can do it. I bet I could. Audio input. Let's try that. All right, let's see if this works. I don't know if it will or not. Nah. Dang, you guys can't hear that one. Oh, wait. Nope, that's just me. Nope. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm going to try one more thing. We'll see if we can get it to work. Man, I have a lot of... Gino Constantino donated $20 or something. Thank you. Through the super chat. Merry Christmas, Jay. He says, my wife bought me your book for Christmas. Hey, enjoy the book, man. Let me know what you think about it. And Edward donated $100 and says, sounds like you need the money more than me. I hope this helps. Oh, man, thank you. Possibly. I'm not a rich YouTuber. I'm broke. So yes, thank you. I appreciate you a lot. Okay, let's see if we can get this to work. Man, it's totally not working. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to waste everyone's time right now. So you'll have to check it out. Some of these are for members only on my website, just because, you know, I need to have a job and make money and stuff. But you can definitely check out this section with the warning and play all of these. This is jdreamers.com. I will be shifting focus and adding a lot more to the website as time goes on. I've got the world hum map up here too. So if you check this thing out right above my head, you can click on this and you can see all of the areas in the entire... See all these dots? These are all people who have left their mark saying, I've heard these strange sky sounds. Here's America. We scooch over, we can see all these other places where people have heard these strange sounds in the sky and stuff, and you can leave your little dot up there too. Irish Madman 28 just donated $20 in the super chat and says, I see plasma apocalypse symbolism in literally every movie now. Merry Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas right back to you, and thank you so much, Irish Madman. You guys' donations pay for my gas and bills and stuff, so you help me to take care of my puppy and my boy, so it touches me deep inside. Thank you. I appreciate it. So anyways, yes. Why does Hollywood make so many movie monsters that mimic the strange sounds that people hear in the sky? Perhaps their creative minds have tapped into a primeval truth. These sounds are followed by apocalyptic events, the arrival of large monsters, and the return of the gods and the titans. Chicken Little, always saying that the sky is falling. There's one of my son's favorite songs is Skyfall from the James Bond movie, when it's like, let the sky fall, let it crumble, we will stand tall and watch it all together. Anyways, it's all truth telling us what's going to happen. Here's another good Bible verse. It says in Isaiah 17:13, the nations shall rush like the rushing of many waters. Or you could say flow. The nations, meaning the people of the world, will be in the air flowing around. But God shall rebuke them, and they shall flee far off, and shall be chased as the chaff of the mountains before the wind. The people will be chased by the wind, and like a rolling thing before a whirlwind. The whirlwind pops up a lot. Another one in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 24 says, yea, they shall not be planted. Yea, they shall not be sown. Yea, their stalk shall not take root in the earth, and he shall also blow upon them, and they shall wither, and the whirlwind shall take them away as stubble. The whirlwind shall take them away. Let's look at Islam. Check this out. Would any of you like to have a garden of palm trees and vines, with rivers flowing underneath it, with all kinds of fruit for him therein? And old age hath stricken him, and he hath feeble offerings, and a fiery hurricane strike it, and it is all consumed by fire. Now see, this storm is a firestorm, okay? I know we sort of use that word lightly these days, the whole firestorm thing. 1 second, let me get rid of all this stuff I just added so we can hear the sound, because that didn't work. Boom. Booyah. Fopow. There it is. Another one. Boom. All right, now let's get rid of this dealio here so that we can all chat. Let's see, where was I? James. Oh, hey. Oh, Susan says that she could hear the audio. That's cool. It's probably coming through my microphone. James Pluta says, Jay, what do you think about the moon map? Real or a BS projection? Good question. Good question. So, the answer to that question, I believe, lies in studying the Japanese and Chinese magic. Is it the magic mirror? Let me see. Let's double check. Japanese magic mirror? Is it the mirror? Whoa, that's not what I was looking for. Yeah, anyways, if you do a YouTube search, actually, hold on. I'll do it for us. Let's do it. Why not? I'll take you guys there. Because that's a pretty good question. And I would like to show you a video, if I may. Maybe it's Chinese. Chinese magic. Is it mirror? Chinese magic mirror? Ah, yes, this is it right here. Oh, perfect. Cool. All right, hold on. All right, so I'm going to screen share this video with you. Hopefully there's no copyright issues. But I believe this will perfectly explain the whole moon map deal for those of you who are interested in it. This is called the Chinese magic mirror experiment, okay? So essentially you have a mirror, and whenever you like, this is the reflective side, the side toward my face. When you shine light on it, on the other side of the mirror, it creates an image. This is really interesting. So I'm going to play this here. Oh, it's mute, please. Thank you. All right, so let's check it out. I'm going to show you this. In the 19th century, one experiment with magic mirrors involved introducing a lens between the reflecting surface of the mirror and the screen. The recorded result was that when the lens was introduced, not only was the image inverted or upside down, oh, hold on, as might be expected, but the tones of the image, Jesus, slow down. But the tones of the image were reversed, i.e. positive became negative, which seems extraordinary. So this guy repeats the experiment for everyone to see. A modern Chinese bronze magic mirror was used. All right, boom. Let's pause this real quick. All right, so they've got the mirror over here. They're shining light on it here. There's a projector projecting the image onto the screen right there. So let's check it out. Now this is weird. Why is this interesting? Why is it magic? Because on one side of the mirror, let's use the bottom of my little J Dreamers cup, which, by the way, thank you, Mom. This is my first merch that I own. She got me this for Christmas. On the bottom side, let's say this is the magic mirror, right? And it's just a mirror. That's all it is. You would see your own reflection in it if you looked at it. On the other side, this should be more like a disc, by the way. Okay, but on the other side, there's some sort of an image, right? If you shine a light on the side with the mirror, the image is projected outward. So what am I saying? I'm saying that for the flat earth moon map, as you guys are calling it, this would be like the sky. This would be, the image would be the moon. The image is reversed, upside down, and opposite colors as what it should be. Now watch, he takes the magic lens or the magic mirror or whatever. This is from Stephen Herbert channel. Highly recommend checking out this video. This will probably help you out in your research. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the good stuff. Okay, so as he brings it closer, let's see the image there. There's an image. Do you see that? It's an image of a guy with his arms spread out, but his legs are up in the air. He's upside down. It's because it has flipped the image upside down, right? The actual image, this guy is dark and the space between his arms and legs is light. However, the image has been reversed. And now he's light and the space in between is dark. He's also upside down when in reality, he's right side up. So this would be your moon, essentially. This would be the moon map, okay? Reflecting the surface of the world, if that's the case. What else we got? Is there anything else here? It's a really cool video. I don't feel like I'm doing it a lot of justice at this point in time. But yes, that's enough of that. Let's get out of there. Oh, stop. Pause. All right, so what I'd like to do is jump in the chat. Let's spend some Christmas together. Let's get rid of that. Boom. All right, sweet. Oh, let's see here. Did I miss something in the chat? I think so. I'm always missing stuff in the chat. James Pluta says, I'm a very big fan, Jay. Great info. You're super welcome. Thanks for all the donations, too, everyone. I appreciate you. Dylan Lawhorn says, Black Mirror. Will I do a video on Janus? I have referenced Janus a few times. No, I probably will not do one on Janus because I'm not super interested in Janus. There's not enough there because Janus, to me, represents so many things that I've already talked about. I don't want to be redundant, essentially. Oh, Bradley's calling on Candyman. Who else we got in the chat today? This is just where we hang out. So if you're watching in the future, the lesson is over. Okay, essentially everything gets sucked up into the sky. The world depressurizes. Well, not everything gets sucked up. Many things get sucked up into the sky. The world depressurizes. People get psychic nosebleeds because after all these people get nosebleeds and bleed from the eyes and the ears and stuff, they get psychic abilities because that's just a natural part of what happens when our world is inundated with energy, with electromagnetic energy, including your body. All of the world's electromagnetic energy will be so focused and so strong and so pure. Oh, you guys want to see what I got myself for Christmas? I went to the dollar store and they had these cool little figurines. I'm going to put these on top of my computer. So here's a little He-Man and a little Oracle. Yes, I'm kind of nerdy like that, but yes, I love them. Put those on my monitor. Let's see here. I do have a good mug. Thank you. I appreciate it. Are you talking about my face or are you talking about my mug? If you'd like to get my attention in chat, we're going to hang out for a bit. Type in J or at JDreamers and it'll highlight here on my side. Otherwise, I'm going to think you're talking to other people. How do we know that for sure, though? Good question. I don't believe in for sure. Not at all. I don't believe in that. I believe in little bits and pieces of everything. I believe that we are all Sherlock Holmes. I believe that the Bible is correct when it says that it is the glory of God to conceal something and the glory of kings to search it out. So, the question I ask you is, do you want to be a king or a queen in your own right? Then investigate. Check it out for yourself. Develop and build your own reality. Make up your own mind. Be convinced by yourself and by nobody else. Not even me. Don't be convinced by me. Please. Don't tune in expecting JDreamers has all the answers. I'm going to fill in all the blanks. I'm not. I might fill in some stuff, which is awesome. I'm stoked about that. It makes me happy to see so many of you happy. Spirit Fia says, JDreamers, you are the sweetest nerd. Oh, thanks. That's a really good compliment for me. In England, would dollar store be the pound outlet? Yes, it would. It would be the pound outlet. Raven says, JDreamers, I'm still pretty set on October 2024 for the plasma events beginning. Okay. Well, best of luck to you during that time and every other time until it does happen. And even afterwards, always be ready. Always be prepared. Do I like Thundercats? Heck yes, I like the Thundercats. Thunder. Thunder. Thundercats. Oh. And then Mum-Ra. Oh, man. That whole scene where Mum-Ra changes, it's so plasma apocalypse. Oh, here's the other thing, too. That reminds me of something. So, remember how the Bible talks about how the dead in Christ will rise first? Okay? It's not just going to be people sucked up into the air. Not just cars and automobiles and animals, but zombies as well. There will be zombies up there, floating around in the sky because the dead will come back to life. I can't believe I forgot to talk about zombies, man. Excuse me. God, I hope I muted that. Let's see here. What else we got? What else? Have I seen the Masters of the Universe film with Dolph Lundgren? Unfortunately, yes, I have. Angelo says, J. Jimmers, what are your views on the Hopi prophecy? I love the Hopi prophecy. I think it's great. I think everyone should have one. Awake Souls, hey, what's up? Welcome. Says J. Dreamers, do you believe we live in a physical world made out of atoms, or that we are in a simulation? Yes. Yes, I do. The Ara Holland says, J. Dreamers, thanks for all you do. Have a wonderful holiday. Oh, that was short and sweet. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful holiday as well. You have a great looking family. What else do we got? Trying to catch up here. Oh, man, there's a lot. Carmen Meadows says, J Dreamers, Merry Christmas, man. What's the topic in tonight's stream? Just general convo on the plasma apocalypse? Yep. And there's also an about little portion that you can read about what we're talking about as well. People always say that. They're like, what movie? Like when I do truth in movies, people are like, hey, what movie are you guys breaking down? Literally says it right there on the screen, and it literally says it in the title, and it literally says it in the description. Look at this guy. American Psycho. Man292 says, I can recommend you the song Melancholy Man from Moody Blues, Mini Plasma Apocalypse Breadcrumbs. Okay, thank you. I mean, you guys can recommend all the songs you'd like to me. Recommend them to other people, please. Like, to me, you're not going to surprise me. Like, every song I see the Plasma Apocalypse in. J Dreamers, do you know why the sky would change from blue to reddish color after the changeover? Yeah, for sure. Good question. So, essentially, the plasma around our world, wrapping around our world, is red, right? And whenever that light reverses and goes upward, you'll be able to see it. You'll see the literal plasma heavens above us and around us. Right now, you can't see it because everything's just black up there and dark because the light's in our face, it's shining in our face. Good question. Mumra, the ever-living. I love that. I love old school 90s and 80s stuff. Tiffany Vinci says, do you know why the sky would change from... Oh, I already read that one. Let's see. We got Stephanie Pitts says, J Dreamers, make your own Bible. Select and collect all the words and sentences, blah, 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 blast of a trumpet. Yeah, that's a good quote. I like that one. Make your own Bible. Bible just means book, so just make your own book. Your life is a book. You're all little books out there, and I love reading you. So thanks for sharing yourselves with me. Emmanuel Sanchez says, J Dreamers, I think you're imagining the end of your world, subconsciously speaking. I believe you're probably right. Yokohama Mike says, did you see The Matrix? Ooh, yes, I did. I super saw the new Matrix movie. And, yeah, the symbolism is cool. I love all the symbolism. But as far as a Matrix fan, like if I give you my perspective as far as being a fan of the Matrix and stuff, nah. Not happy with it. I'm just going to leave it at that. Like, nah. So many questions were left unanswered. Like they just hurried up. It was all hurried. It was all rushed. Nah. Let's see. We got Spirit Gardner says Spirit Love says Lawrence Gardner was interesting info on Dracula. Opus Tyrannus says J Dreamers, the new meta logo is the plasma deity. We're going into the fourth dimension. Ooh, awesome. I'm gonna put my hands up for that one. You know, like when you're on a really good roller coaster. We're going into the fourth dimension. Woo! That's how I'm going to be. I know a lot of you people are going to celebrate when the plasma apocalypse comes, just not even caring. I love that. I wish I could be there with you guys. So making the world, let's see, what else we got? Kim McWicked says, J Dreamers, have you seen the latest Matrix? Yes, I know. Tall Star Light says, J Dreamers, I recently read the secret societies created all the religious belief doctrines. Do you believe that? I believe we created all of that. So if we are a secret society, then yes. We, as in all of us. Let's see, who else we got? Skiddly-doop. We got Mystic Moon Tarot, who says, J Dreamers, do you think of this event as a more divine event or scientific event? They're the same to me. I don't like to divide stuff. I don't like to separate things, and I don't like to choose this or that. I'd rather have both. I'd rather have it all or nothing at all. I guess that's my answer. Yeah, I don't know. Like divine is scientific and scientific is divine. It's all one and the same. It just depends on your perspective. And my perspective is usually one that sees all of it. I see all of it at once. I can understand the divinity side of it. I can understand the scientific side of it. I can see how both of those are ridiculous in their own right and amazing and so interesting in their own rights as well. Stephanie Pitts says, make your own Bible. Yep, we read that one. Boom. Alien Believers says, hi everyone and J Dreamers, Merry Christmas and always and forever love. Love right back to you. Awake Souls. Let's see. J Dreamers and I go way back. Do we really? Do we really? I don't know if we do. Are we buddies? I have seen your channel. Let's see here. Who else we got? Anybody else? Derek O'Hara says, J Dreamers, do you think the plasma event caused mass psychosis? Yes, I do. For example, the late 1800s mental institutions. I believe the entire world is under a mass delusion right now, which is a part of prophecy, which is a part of the way that things are. It always happens like that. Yeah, definitely psychosis. Imagine all the robots of the world, all the sleepwalkers that have no idea what's coming or what's on the way, or just refuse to believe in it whatsoever, right? Their minds won't be able to comprehend the things that are happening. Like, I can't even explain how insane it is. Let's see, what else we got? Stick your lobster in Let's Go Brandon. Okay, listen, I don't do the Let's Go Brandon thing. I could care less about Brandon, the president, the queen, the pope, whatever one you're rooting for, whatever side you're on, whatever place you've planted your flag. It's not me. I don't care. So I'm not going to be on your side. Whoever you are, not just you, but everybody out there that has a side and a team that they follow. I don't do team mentality anymore. Stopped doing that a long time ago. Stan Rutherford says, Jay, do you think that they are trying to microchip everyone? Tiffany, look at you. What? Man, you guys are making it a pretty Merry Christmas. Thank you. Man, that's great. Like, I literally, all these donations are going to go to fix my car. Okay? Like, I have an oil leak. I literally put in, like, what was it? 2 quarts of oil like 3 days ago or something like that, and the oil's gone. I have such a bad oil leak. I was going to get a brand new car. I had taken out, this is kind of personal, but whatever. I had taken out a pretty large loan so that I could get a brand new car. I wanted to get one of those Hummer, like the little Hummers that have like the little half of a truck back in the back. I really wanted one of those. However, I had some personal things happen with stuff in my life, and I had to get a lawyer so that I could get my son back because I read him my book, and apparently that was a big problem. So I spent all of that money, and now I'm in debt. So probably won't be getting a new car for a while. Who knows? You never know. Maybe if I get 100,000 subscribers, whoosh, I'll be rich. Hopefully. That's my hope. What else? Let's see. What else? Anything else in the chat? Oh, dang, I'm missing all kinds of stuff. Thank you, Tiffany, by the way. Did I say thank you? And I like your sticker, too. That's cool. Let's see. James says, is alchemy science? Yeah, sure. They're all the same to me. They're all pretty much the same. Kinsey Martin just donated $10 through Super Chat. Have you ever done regression therapy, Jay? Sorry if that's a personal question. You don't have to answer it. I'm just very curious. It's okay. No, I've never done regression. Like having someone else to help me with that. I have regressed, and I've been able to see and feel and experience my past life and things of that nature. Oh, you know what? Somebody pointed out to me something really interesting. Who was it? Saint, is it Saint Jerome? Saint Jerome. Hold on. Let me look this up. Images. Is that it? That's not him. Damn, what was that dude's name? Saint. Damn, I forgot this dude. Anyways, there's one of these saints that looks exactly like me. I've totally forgot his name off the top of my head. Can't remember. Let's see. Who else we got? Yokohama Mike says, J Dreamers, thanks for all your work and keeping the event tangible, easy to understand. Merry Christmas to you, your family, and those of this tribe. Merry Christmas to us, and God bless us, everyone. Let's see here. Who else we got? We got Spirit Fia says, J Dreamers, we are the shopkeepers of the libraries of our mind. Did I say that? I did say that, didn't I? Let's see here. No one says, J Dreamers, is the widow's son Tubal Cain? Yes and no, unfortunately. Sorry. That's all I have time to answer. Let's see here. Tall Starlight says, J Dreamers, your channel is definitely worthy of 100,000 subscribers. Well, I think that'd be awesome. If 100,000 people were subscribed, I feel like, I'm not certain, but I feel like my financial worries would probably be over. And I would get to do so much more. Like, okay, if I get 100,000 subscribers, I feel like I would be able to make enough money to do the things I really want to do with my channel. Like, I do lots of cool stuff here in my house, in my bedroom and stuff. But I want to go places. I want to travel, and I want to take all you guys with me. I want to go put my hand on the pyramids, and I want to get you guys close up and personal on mud fossils and different explorations and travels, and oh man, that's what I would like to do. I would also like to go give like speeches in different places. I'd like to do like a tour, you know, go to different cities, have gatherings, get-togethers, you know, do a little teaching of my own and meet people and stuff. That'd be awesome. Let's see here. Who else we got? Oh, happy birthday to Raven. Raven's birthday's tomorrow. What else? Chris Mooney just donated $5 in the super chat. Hey, thanks, Chris. It's still green popcorn from the Matrix. You guys are very, very, very nice. Thank you. I don't even know what else to say, really. I didn't grow up with money. I was not the kind of person that had Nikes and Reeboks and all that fun stuff when I was a kid. The coolest thing I ever got was a Nintendo. When Nintendo first came out, like, I insisted. I probably threatened to run away from home if I didn't get a Nintendo, just a regular Nintendo. But yeah, I was pretty poor growing up. So I have, it's good because I have I mean, look at my shirt. It's got a hole in it right there. You see that? I learned to appreciate everything that I have. I totally value everything, and I'm so thankful. Let's see. Spirit Love says, J Dreamers, did you say that the Chinese magic mirror reflects a flat earth map? No, I did not say that, but good question. Let's see. Is it Dylan? Dylan says, I don't even have a book. I just talk, but the same subjects, and they took my daughter. Oh no. 'Cause I'm crazy, apparently. I love for you, Jay. You know what? Man, I'm so sorry. I really am. That's, unfortunately, some of us have to go through that. That's prophecy, and we're a part of it. The prophecy that would be that families would be torn apart in these days, you know? Families would be torn apart. The truth divides, you know? Especially in the upside-down world that we live in right now. My thing is I'm not trying to insist upon the truth. I'm not trying to tell people, you must believe, or this will happen to you, or you won't get this, or you'll be left out of this or that. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I love independently researching, sharing some things that I've researched and studied my entire life, and some things that I just have a gut spur of the moment, like, hey, oh my God, I just realized something, and sharing it with people. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are my friends here in my bedroom, you know? Yeah, anyway. Oh, Summer Soul donated $20. Thank you. Angelo also is in the chat and says, what will you do if the plasma apocalypse does not happen? You're looking at it, buddy. Because it's not happening right now, is it? So you're looking at it. It's evident. Chris Mooneyham. J Dreamers, that shirt with the hole is comfy, I bet. It is comfy, actually. I do enjoy it. What else? What else? Anybody else in the chat? You guys want to talk? You guys want to say hello? Bradley Francis says the SNES with Street Fighter 2, Zelda, Turtles in Time. Yes, all of those. And you know what I liked also was Battletoads was pretty fun too. There's so many good ones. There's a lot. I liked the TurboGrafx 16 back when it was popular with Bonk's Adventure. I liked being Bonk. Bonk was fun. Alien Believer says, sad for you all that are having their babies taken away. And J Dreamer is right. It's starting. It is starting. So you know what? There's a time for everything. There's a time for mourning. There's a time for being sad and crying. There's a time for just utter depression. There's a time for scooping yourself up out of that nonsense and seeing the light and making a choice and choosing to shine brightly. Doesn't matter if you're shining with tears rolling down your eyes or if you're shining with a big smile on your face. Shine bright. Oh, that's right. Double Dragon. I remember that one. Mystic Moon Tarot says, J Dreamers, did you see they allegedly found a canyon full of water on Mars? Did they really? Then not long after that, I saw a Korean limited series about a lunar water that multiplies when in contact with blood. Well, here's my idea on that. I'm not a fan of the concept of Mars and the planets as NASA portrays them or any of the other space agencies. They're agencies full of agents. Nope, not a big fan of those. So I believe in many things, in many other Earths and many other worlds and stuff. But as far as looking up into the dome and the enclosure of our sky and seeing the lights and saying, those are worlds way far away, I'm not one of those people. But if you like to imagine those things or think that they're real, hey, I think that's great. I know that there's truth in that and that it will lead you somewhere. So good luck on the journey. Paper Bird 01 says, Jay, the comment about the flat earth map reflected on the moon is definitely worth looking at. Yeah, I did look at that one. So thanks. Thanks for reminding me. J Dreamers, this is Oscar D. Look at me, I'm Oscar D. J Dreamers, when the plasma comes, why not consume it and embrace it? Okay. Why you want me to list all the reasons why you shouldn't? Because I can think of some. However, it's up to you. I am going to, my plan, if there is any of that red plasma around, is to relax. I believe any tension is going to get you plasma possessed. So just be careful with your energy. Who else do we got? We got Gino Constantino, who says, what's up, Gino? Look at you. J Dreamers, do you think the planets take turns being out sun and then burn out? Saturn, a past black? No, I don't. I totally don't. So I like that theory. I think it's a fun theory. But no, I don't believe that the planets like used to be suns and stuff like that. I have my own ideas about the stars, which that's what I think the planets are. They're stars. Okay, they're not planets. But whatever, you know, you guys can think whatever you like to about them, and I respect that. And it doesn't mean that I think you're wrong. It just means that I'm not fully convinced yet. Talk Matters Pay says, J Dreamers, Merry Christmas, brother. I watched Don't Look Up on Netflix last night. Oh, that movie finally came out, did it? God, I've been checking on that every day. They're showing all these ads like it's out, and then it's not out. They're telling us the end is soon. Yeah, I totally agree. I'm probably going to watch that tonight, so thanks for reminding me. Kay's Commentary just donated $5 in the super chat. Thank you. That is gas in my gas tank, so I can go pick up my boy tomorrow. So thank you. Raven says, love is number one human need. Agree, sending and receiving. Yes, I do. Gary Lloyd donated 10 pounds through super chat. You are my younger brother from another mother. Here's a drink on me. Oh, you're my family. My family thinks I'm crazy, but I do not push my beliefs on others. They need to wake up and make up their own minds. I agree. It's bad luck to wake a man when he's sleeping. Right? That's what they say. Let people sleep. If you're awake, great. Go do something with your time, right? Go find others who are awake, right? If other people are starting to wake up and open their eyes, make it a pleasant experience for them as they wake up. That's how I like to wake up, don't you? Don't you like to wake up to something pleasant and peaceful and calming? Or do you like to wake up to one of those crazy, super loud alarm clocks that just shakes you out of, almost kills you? Like, that's not me. What gods are Mars, like Zeus, Saturn? James, I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, buddy. Who else do we got in the chat? We got Spirit Love, who says, J Dreamers, Rudolf Steiner has amazing info on the sun and the stars. Okay, sweet. Yokohama Mike says, J Dreamers, got some They Live glasses? Yes, I do. Hey, I haven't broken down that movie yet. Guess what? You just gave me an idea. I just might be doing They Live next. Because God, how did I miss that one, right? We got to do that one. What do you guys enjoy the Truth in Movies segment? Do you find it like to be totally like irrelevant to the things that I talk about, or do you like it? I'm just wondering. I never really ask. I just do what I like doing. So hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Susan Weatherston says, J Dreamers, do you know anything about the pole shift? Would this be related to the plasma apocalypse? Yeah, totally. It's all the same. The pole shift, the polarity shift, or the polarity electromagnetic polarity reversal is the plasma apocalypse. It's all the same. I recommend looking at my playlist, my plasma apocalypse playlist, which I'm going to have to reorganize here pretty soon because, geez, there's so many different subjects, right? Like, I'm going to need a whole playlist just about the blue beam, just about Mount Meru and the blue beam. I'm going to need a whole playlist for getting sucked up into the sky. There's all these different videos I'm making, so many different videos now. I have to separate them out more. Sergino Wong says, J Dreamers, I've been following your channel for years and I've learned so much. Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you for sharing. Yokohama Mike says, have fun with your boy. Congrats on that. Yay, They Live. Yes. Wow, it's hard to keep up in the chat. And I have slow mode or whatever on. You know who else I like to listen to as well? I like Russell Brand. I don't know if you guys like him or not, but I've been watching a lot of him lately. He kind of reminds me of me. That's probably why I like him so much. The dude cracks me up, man. I love how he just points things out in jest. Oh man, brings happy tears to my eyes. J Dreamers, keep doing the Truth in Movies, whatever comes to your mind. We're here because of that. Well said. Words well spoken. Sergino Wong says, J Dreamers, I just wished that those with the universal cosmic knowledge shared information instead of us looking for breadcrumbs. Not that researching is a bad thing. They do. They all do. Everyone does. Every single person shares universal cosmic knowledge. There's no secrets in life. It's all there. It's all right in front of us. Everywhere we look, every breath we take, everywhere we go, it's everywhere. It falls to us to figure it out. It's not like Halloween where, like, you know what I mean? You have to knock for someone to open the door. You have to ask so that you can receive. I would not want it any other way. So I'm happy that that's the way that it is. Let's see. Ryan Caraway says, J Dreamers, do you subscribe to the NPC theory? I don't know what the NPC theory is. So possibly not. Tall Starlight says, J Dreamers, you should do Never Ending Story. I thought I did that. Didn't I do that one? Did I really not do that? I've referenced that movie a million times. I have to have done the Neverending Story. Did I really not do the Neverending Story either? Jeez. All right. Love the movie breakdowns. Thank you. Let's see. We got Dorian Gray says FPV Angel Channel. Yes. Oh, okay. That's another one too. I wanted to give him a shout out actually. I highly recommend that channel. So if you're interested in like the science and the mechanics of like the inner workings of the electromagnetics of our world and stuff like that, I would highly recommend the FPV Angel Channel. I was actually on his channel yesterday in the chat just saying what's up because I resonate with the dude. Does not mean that we both believe the exact same things about everything or whatever, but we both have pieces of the puzzle, and I love it. And he's always got live streams with great, great information. It's hard for me to find good channels like that these days, so that's definitely one of them. What will the water do when the sky opens? It'll get sucked up and turn into ice. Is water plasma too? Yes. Everything technically is plasma because it's the first state of matter, I believe. Blood plasma is life-bearing. Yes. Let's see. NPC theory is a part of game theory. Okay, cool. Right on. Can I do a review of Event Horizon? That's one of my favorite movies. I freaking love that movie. I probably will not, though. I'm just going to be honest. I'm probably not going to review that one. Unless I remember, but I'm probably not going to remember. That one's not like my top 10 or anything, but it's definitely a good movie. It's one of my favorite, like, scary movies. It's definitely my favorite space horror flick. I love it. You're both live. Oh, sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Tell him I said what's up. Go check out his channel. Go jump in the chat. Say J Dreamers sent me over and says hello. Jason and the Argonauts. Ooh, I was actually named after that movie. And there's a lot of really interesting similarities as well. I will probably not break that one down, though. It's depressing. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Laurent. It is kind of depressing how Jason dies. I don't like it. J Dreamers. They Live would be amazing for sure. Yes, I'm definitely going to have to do They Live. Exploration Free Movement says, J Dreamers, what's your thoughts on the Sun Cycle 25? Lee from UK. Hey, what's up, Lee? Rocking the backwards hat like I do and the sunglasses. Love it. Sergino Wong just became a member of the Good Vibe Tribe. Hey, welcome, welcome. Hey, can we flood the chat with emojis? I love doing that from time to time, especially when people join as a member. Let me do it with you guys. I would just blow up the chat with whatever good vibes, whatever kind of emojis, just talking emojis. It's like hieroglyphics. And I love it. Boom. So I'll start things off here with the emoji flood. Hopefully you guys will do likewise. And is there no one else? Is there no one else? I wish I could record. One of these days I'm going to record these conversations I have with my mom. I love my mom so much. Oh, and Merry Christmas to Darian, my daughter, to Jace, my son, to Adam, my brother, and to Tambra, my mom, and to all of your families as well. I love all of you. Obviously family is not something that is just simply blood, but I do love my family, and I love that they love me and have shown me love my entire life. So for that, I just want to say thank you. I respect and admire all of you for so many different reasons. Let's see. What else was I about to say goodbye? I think I was. Was I going to say goodbye? What time is it? It's like 6 o'clock where I am. It's Christmas. Gino Constantino says, J Dreamers, any thought on the Travis Scott concert tragedy? Yeah, it's a tragedy. Looked like there was a giant Mount Meru on stage. I don't watch that kind of music. I did like the Travis Scott like Fortnite deal. Me and my son did that one. I love all the Fortnite live events. Those are sweet. But yeah, I don't listen to mainstream popular music like that. It irritates me. It's not my favorite. Let's show all of these. Why are they blocking all of the emojis? I don't care. Go ahead and blow it up. Blow it up with emojis. Happy Krampus to Kendall Wonderland. Happy Krampus indeed. Let's see. Last but not least, alien believers. Love beautiful people and learning how people feel about this world and how they see it. Love always and forever, J Dreamers. Hugs and kisses. Well, hey. I love all of you guys. I love spending time with you. All of the rest of my family, I'm alone today on Christmas. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this live stream. I just wanted to hang out with the Good Vibe Tribe. Just wanted to be close to people that I know care, people that have good vibes, people who are open-minded and think about various things like I do. You're very welcome. So yes. Oh, Lindsay Fry just gave a $10 donation. And Mac Attack just gave a $3 donation. Thanks to both of you. Lindsay says we love your videos. Yeah, let's show all of them. Show all these. Put whatever emojis you want in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and roll the credits. I'm going to let you guys go off to your Christmas days. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's great for you. And I'm sure I'll see you again soon. I hate saying goodbye. I don't want to say goodbye, but I also don't like just sitting here when I have nothing to talk about. So, with that being said, Merry Christmas, everyone. Until next time, I'm J Dreamer saying good vibes and goodbye.
I'll try so hard to fade away. I'll try so hard to fade away. But something's forcing me to stay. It'd be easier for me if I turn away to flee. Oh, but there's something holding on, the way of being long gone. There's so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Far too many ways to escape, but I guess
Fries are done, ding, fries are done. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that?
time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up. I know I should have done this, should have quit this long ago. Can't stand another heartbreak, but it's time to let it go. It'd be easier for me if I turn away to flee. Oh, but there's something holding on, the way of being long gone. There's so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Far too many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up. There's so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Far too many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up.
Merry Christmas!